Okay, hello everyone. Today is March 17th, 2020. My name is Hoshino, and I'm with two of my great friends, Patrick and Jedi, who are the representative of the International Golden Age Group. So welcome, Patrick and Jedi.
Hi, this is Jedi.
And this is Patrick.
Since the start of the year 2020, we have seen a lot of interesting developments on the planetary scale, including the coronavirus COVID-19 outbreak. To counter this, we are going to have a mass meditation at the beginning of April to use our unified consciousness in order to directly influence the situation in a positive way. And now I'm very happy to have Kobra with us here to do an interview with me, Patrick, and Jedi to talk about the current situation, the upcoming meditation, and how we can prepare for the event.
Hello, everyone.
So here's the interview. Okay, Cobra, Italy, Spain, and such have announced national lockdowns. Will this situation help the life forces clean up the plasma planes of these countries?
Basically, in the last few weeks, the light forces have managed to clear the vast majority of the plasma plane around the whole planet. And what is happening now is the next phase of purification, which is clearing all negative entities on any plane. Etheric, astral, all those higher planes are being cleared intensively. And lockdowns throughout Europe will, of course, accelerate this process even further. And those lockdowns are expected to be expanded to many countries worldwide.
So, the black nobility families are human beings as well. Are they not worried about getting infected by the COVID-19?
Certain members of black nobility families went into complete isolation from the surface population. They are still on the surface of the planet, but they are completely isolated compounds with zero contact with the rest of the human population.
But they can still contact their minions or their people.
Yes, of course, there is internet always.
So are the internet of these black nobility families being monitored by the life forces?
Yes.
Okay, the next one. There's a rumor that many countries announced national lockdowns and travel bans so that the military white hat can enforce mass arrests smoothly. Many celebrities also put themselves under self-quarantine to escape the mass arrest. What's your opinion on this theory, Cobra?
Okay, because of those national lockdowns, of course, the military has plans to carry out the mass arrests. I cannot comment further whether this will happen or not, but definitely this rumor about celebrities escaping mass arrest and under self-quarantine, that rumor is not correct.
Okay, thank you. The White Hat itinerary shows that the U.S. would declare martial law on the March 23rd. What is your opinion on this statement?
There is a possibility.
A possibility. Okay, thank you. And also, China government recently announced that the COVID-19 infection has passed a peak in China. Can the life forces confirm this?
Yes, absolutely. The infection outbreak in China is almost completely over. The problem in China now is that because certain cases are imported from the Italian strain of the virus, certain people are traveling throughout the world from all the countries into China, and they're bringing the virus back. China has announced a 2-week mandatory quarantine for everybody coming from abroad into mainland China, which is good. So this is China has the best position of all countries on the planet to keep the number of infections very low, or even completely eradicate the virus from Chinese soil.
Okay, that's very good to know. Thank you. And can colloidal silver cure COVID-19 infection?
There are rumors about this, but I cannot confirm them.
Okay, thank you. And how can we improve the effectiveness of the command R series startup protocol from 75% to 80 or even 90%?
The problem is that certain percentage of surface human population is extremely selfish, and they are the most effective spreaders of the virus. I have just today heard of a certain person that has a suspicion of infection and is walking freely, meeting people and possibly infecting large numbers of people. So this is a type of an example of behavior which limits the efficiency of RCV Stardust protocol.
Okay, thank you. And can all strains of the COVID-19 be dealt with by using the command RCV Stardust protocol? Are the Palladians developing a new version for the Italian strain?
Yes, new version for the Italian strain is being developed. It is the virus, the Chinese and Italian strains are not that much different. And what is extremely important is that as many beings as possible invoke that command RCV Stardust protocol, also in Europe, so that we have the maximum amount of Palladian intervention happening, because it has to happen through the protocol.
Okay, thank you. And can we also use our intent to decide the countries or areas that we would like to help with the command RCV Stardust protocol?
Yes, of course you can do that, but it is much more effective if people in infected areas do that for themselves.
Okay, thank you. And was Elon Musk aware of the danger of SpaceX Starlink project, or does he already know about the danger but still decided to launch those 5G satellites into space on purpose?
Unfortunately, Elon Musk is no longer working for the light side. He is cooperating with Illuminati with their plans. So he knows exactly what SpaceX Starlink does.
All right, that's not good to know about that, but thanks. It looks like the 5G did cause a higher coronavirus mortality rate in Wuhan. How can we reduce the negative impact of 5G on the surface population before the event?
We are developing a certain technology, vacuum-based technology that can, to a certain degree, reduce the harmful effects of 5G.
Okay, good. That's very good. And the next question is, are the life forces already removing all remaining reptilians, draconians, and archons on the non-physical planes? What significant changes can we expect in our daily life once those entities are being completely removed?
Yes, what is happening now is an extremely fast, accelerated removal of all remaining negative entities on non-physical planes. And when this will be completely cleared, the energies around us will be magnificently better. It will be a taste of the new age that is coming. And the next phase of this operation is to remove all entities which are living inside of the auric fields of all surface population. And when this is removed, behavior of certain amount of human beings will improve significantly as well.
Okay, that's very good to know. And then the next question, yes, okay, in 2018, all remaining plasma tablet bombs were located within 30 meters from the planetary surface. Can you please tell us the height of the final remaining layer of the bomb from the Earth's surface?
Right now, the tablet bombs are only within the implants. This is the only location where they are still remaining. actually inside the implants, inside the energy field of human beings, inside the implant, deep within the implant, there is a black hole singularity, and this is where the chocolate bombs are.
Many people wonder why the light forces have taken years to remove stringless and the chocolate bombs. If one plasma atomic bombs went off and the donation went out of control, will it destroy the whole physical universe and also the first spiritual realms?
It is a very delicate operation. This is why it's taking so long. Those bombs need to be removed without a single one being activated. And if a chocolate bomb would go off, right now, it would only affect this solar system. It would basically destroy this solar system. And most likely the infection or the explosion could be halted in high Earth orbit. So most likely the damage would be only limited to this particular planet, which will be going into a top chain reaction. All quarks would be changed into top and bottom quarks. All matter would be mutated in very extremely heavy matter made of top and down quarks, and it would mutate into a sphere with a diameter of about, I would say, 100 meters. Regarding spiritual planes, that would create quite a strong anomaly, which would severely slow evolution of all beings involved in that process. And this will not happen. Light forces are ensuring and taking precautions that this will not happen. And this is the reason why this removal is taking so long. I mean, this problem has been addressed finally after 25,000 years of the quarantine. We're in the final stages, but still, this needs to be approached in the correct manner with correct protocols.
Okay, thank you for that answer. Good answer. And then next question. Have the light forces finished purging Long Island Stronghold and the underground military bases associated with the child abuse crime network?
To a great degree, yes, but there are still certain locations around the planet where child abuse crime networks are using certain locations still. It's not gone yet completely.
Okay. And also, is it possible that the global financial system collapsed before April 4th?
Yes.
And now the price of silver is down to a record low since 2011, but the market is also running out of physical silver. Do you know what is going on?
The faction which would like to keep the current financial system is manipulating market prices of basically everything. There are certain investment funds which are in desperate need for liquidity, and they are selling their silver. This is one thing that's happening. And there are other people who are buying that silver, which is now on sale, knowing that in the next phase of the financial collapse, the price of silver will skyrocket. So there is a lot of price manipulation going on, and different factions, one faction selling silver cheaply, and the other faction using this opportunity to buy silver cheaply.
Okay, thank you. And then next question. And what's the current status of the Black nobility families and the Jesuits? What are they planning?
There are two factions in Black nobility which are now trying to settle scores in war that was happening between those two factions for many hundreds and even thousands of years. And one of those factions have ordered for this virus to be created and put in certain locations around the world. They would like to crash the economy. They would like to take over and create a system of complete domination. And of course, Jesuits are their minions, and this plan will simply not work because, as the situation is right now, globalization is not an option anymore. A human society will transform in a way that will not allow those plans to be even remotely possible anymore.
Next question. We can see that countries and areas without enough active light workers are quite vulnerable to the COVID-19, such as South Korea, Italy, and some states of the USA. And how can we help and solve this problem?
Simply by spreading this information, awakening people in those areas, putting symptomatic stones in those areas. And of course, there is free will involved. In places like Taiwan, when there is a very organized and very efficient network of light workers doing their missions with great dedication and with as little internal conflicts as possible, you can see the number of cases in Taiwan is very low, and Taiwan has been protected against hurricanes, tsunamis, all kinds of events in the past 2 years, simply because they have managed to create a very powerful symptomatic grid, and they have been able to anchor the light in their groups with as little conflicts as possible. So this is what every country can do if they realize the importance and the importance of creating a powerful, strong light worker networks to put symptomatic stones, to meditate, to cooperate, and to unify. And this is what people can do in their own countries. And also, as I have released this meditation, I have noticed that not many people outside of my network are interested in this. It is their free will, and this is one single factor that can determine how this outbreak will be dealt with. And more cooperation there is on the surface of the planet, more alignment there is on the surface of the planet, more the light forces will be able to intervene in the situation in the best way possible. Of course, I have nothing against somebody else doing this meditation and or some other group organizing their meditation, but usually it is that unfortunately I have to be the one doing this. Nobody else seems to matter about the importance of creating a coherent quantum field with mass meditations, reaching enough people to have an effect on the planetary timeline.
Okay, that's a very good answer, Kobra. Thank you for that. The dark forces have handled cooperation among light workers via infiltration, blackmail, separation, infighting, and disagreement. Do light forces have any advice for light worker communities that seek unity and cooperation?
It is very simple. People who are spreading blackmail, separation, infighting, and disagreement are not light workers. They need to be removed from the networks, on the light networks, and only people that can work harmoniously together can work and spread the light. So if you have a light worker group, if somebody is spreading disharmony, that person cannot be part of the network anymore. I had to go through the clearing process of my own networks, and I had to remove, I would say, between 30 and 50% of my team because they were simply not to their standards. And this happens everywhere. And this purification needs to be done without compromise, because this is the only way we can go forward in this critical moment of the transition.
Yep, I agree with that. It's important to purify the surroundings, and the people you work with need to be out of the standard. Next question. Can we send God's energy to those who refuse to cooperate in hope that they might change their mind?
You can send God's energy unconditionally, not for them to change their mind, but for them to go on a path that is their highest purpose, for them and for everybody else. Because some of them might not change their mind. It is not for us to convince anybody. We can spread the light, we can share love, but we cannot change anybody's free will at this point.
Yes, I agree with you. The free will is a very important factor here. Next question. What groups do Atlantis Alliance consist of? What is this alliance doing right now? And what is the difference between Atlantis Alliance and the Galactic Confederation?
Okay, it is too early to speak about concrete groups which are part of the Atlantis Alliance. Of course, the Galactic Confederation is one of them, but not the only one. And what the Alliance is doing now is carrying out plans for the planetary liberation. Also, regarding this new coronavirus outbreak, this situation has activated certain contingency plans. It has opened up certain possibilities which were not possible before. It has changed the rule of the games. And the Atlantis Alliance is working full speed as fast as possible to address the situation.
As stated in your post on the March 17th, the Premier has activated his last line of defense with physical implants. Would this defense mechanism pose a big challenge to the life forces, or it is actually not a big problem? What can light workers do to weaken the defense mechanism?
It is a challenge, but it's a challenge that is manageable. It is a challenge that poses certain risks, but those risks are being addressed. The instructions for the light workers will come when the time is right.
Okay, thank you. And can you also give a brief description on what is a singularity well is?
It is an area where a space-time continuum is, I would say, distorted or twisted because of a very strong concentration of matter which has been changed into a black hole. A black hole is basically a very heavy area of matter which has been compressed in a very tiny amount of space, and this, of course, changes the structure of space-time continuum. And a singularity well is not just a distortion of space-time continuum on a macro scale, it is also a distortion on a quantum scale. And this is what the light forces are dealing with right now.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. And then another question on your last post. And the resistance movement suggests the surface population to keep 1 month of food and daily necessities for the global medical quarantine. Should we maintain such amounts of storage until the event happens, or is it okay to scale it down to 2 weeks after the pandemic is contained?
I would say you will need to use your own guidance because the situation is quite fluid, and even when this pandemic is over, things will not get back to what they were before. The world as we know it has ended. Things are changing now. We are in the final phase. We are in, as you have probably most of you are aware of the graph of the phase transition. We are in the last phase before the event, and this phase will be very turbulent, and surface human society will not be stable anymore from now on.
Okay, thanks for the answer. So that's the end of the part 1. So now I'll pass back to Patrick and Jedi for the second and third part.
Okay, so we can go on part 2?
Yes.
Oh, the part 2 is about the timeline meditation, Ascension timeline meditation. What energy properties do Jupiter and the Pluto have such that the light forces decided to organize Ascension timeline meditation at the moment of the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction?
Okay, Jupiter and Pluto conjunction is a very powerful aspect. It is the most powerful aspect in this time period. And the energy of this aspect is a potential big breakthrough. This big breakthrough can manifest in different ways. It can manifest in drastically improving the conditions for the life forces to intervene on the planet. It can drastically reduce the pandemic. It can drastically create more favorable conditions for disclosure. It can drastically improve the possibility of mass arrest scenario. There are many things that are in play. And Jupiter and Pluto together have a potential to create big fortune for humanity. So this is the best possible moment for meditation like this.
Okay, great. What is the nature of an age of Aquarius energy that will hit the surface of the planet during the meditation time? Is it a type of goddess energy?
No, as I have said, it is not a type of goddess energy. It is the energy of a certain breakthrough. In which areas the breakthrough will manifest, it is not known yet, but it is a big potential for long-lasting changes.
Okay, yeah. If this meditation successfully solidifies the positive timelines and counteract all plots of the dark forces, will the remaining plasma toplet bonds be the final obstacle in our way to the event?
The remaining toplet bonds will be one of the major remaining obstacles. It is impossible to predict exactly how things will develop because there is free will involved, there are many factions involved, and we cannot exactly predict how this last phase will go on. It is one of the most unpredictable phases in human history. But we know the final outcome, which is very good, and it is the event.
Okay, next one. What do white, pink, blue, and the golden light represent in this meditation?
Those four colors of light are different, I would say, aspects of different rays of light. And each of those aspects is addressing a certain quality of higher dimensional consciousness. And all of them together create the optimum combination which is needed for those energies of Aquarius breakthrough to be manifested as efficiently as possible on the surface of the planet.
Wow, very good combination, yeah. Next, the meditation instructions suggest we visualize the pillar of light connecting all light beings in our solar system. Can you give us some example of such light beings?
Yes, there are beings that are part of Galactic Confederation. There are beings that belong to the Jupiter Command, that belong to the Ashtar Command. There is the Pleiadian fleet, there is the Syrian fleet, Arcturian fleet, Andromedan fleet. There are members of the resistance movement in various phases throughout the solar system. There are non-physical beings such as angels, archangels, there are ascended beings, there are many different beings of light which are channeling the energies of the galactic center throughout the solar system and towards planet Earth in this final liberation operations.
Okay, wow, so many beings, light beings. Can we call for and connect Atlantis Alliance?
Yes, of course you can, but at this point, I cannot release more intel about who is involved in Atlantis Alliance, but if you just repeat that name in your mind and ask for connection, you will get a response if your channel is open enough. And you might get visions, instructions, you might get spiritual guidance, you might get certain, sometimes quite powerful experience that can help in your own development, and it can help in your preparation for your mission and your actual mission as well.
Okay, great. What 2D, 3D visual aids can be created in order to manifest a successful mass meditation, Ascension timeline meditation in particular?
You need to use your own guidance. I have released a lot of information about this, and you can combine this in your own memes, images, videos, any kind of tools that you can create for them to be shared online.
Oh, okay. How can we use the flower of life to assist this upcoming Ascension timeline meditation?
Light forces have asked a few times in the past to do this flower of my life meditation as often as possible. And also now in this situation, anytime anybody or even a group does this flower of my life meditation, it creates a supportive field for the light forces to continue their operations. You can also put the infected areas in flower of life meditation. That can also happen.
Okay. If we use our intent to make this meditation become effective on a specific moment, will this technique help it reach critical mass?
Yes, absolutely. You can meditate and visualize this meditation reaching the critical mass. So you can even make a group meditation at a certain specific time where everybody can meditate for this mass meditation to reach a critical mass. One suggestion would be at the moment, exact moment of entrance of Saturn in Aquarius, which will be happening in a few days. It will be happening, let me check. This will be happening on March 22nd in most parts of the world. If group meditation is organized on that moment with the sole purpose of manifesting the critical mass and exceeding the critical mass, one target is 1 million people meditating, or our main meditation on April 4th and 5th, this can be a good suggestion. So people can organize meditation, I would say preliminary meditation at the moment of Saturn entering the sign of Aquarius on March 22nd. And they can then visualize our main meditation on April 4th and 5th to exceed critical mass many times. As I said, the target now is 1 million people meditate.
Okay, very good idea. If light workers do Ascension timeline meditation every day on a global scale, would our daily meditation help the mass meditation on April 4th or 5th to reach critical mass?
Yes, of course.
Okay, next. What meditation should we do to stabilize and improve the situation before April 4th?
You can actually use this meditation, which is meant for April 4th. You can start using it now, and it can become the main meditation from now on.
Should we temporarily replace the weekly Key to Freedom meditation with other meditations before April 4th?
As I have said, you can also replace Key to Freedom meditation with this new meditation, Ascension timeline meditation.
Okay. How can we use a reality filtering to stop virus infection and infighting among light workers while facilitating a successful mass meditation with reality shaping?
You can use reality filtering simply by making the decision that you will not get infected by the virus. And you can use reality shaping by focusing upon the fact that we have created many meditations which have reached the critical mass, and that we will reach the critical mass with this one as well. And the signs are that we are making good progress in that direction.
Yes. And as people who have never joined any Kebra conference would not understand what we are talking about here, Kebra, can you simply explain what reality filtering and reality shaping are?
I would need much more time than a simple interview to explain that in detail, but basically there are two technologies which can assist in manifestation process. By reality filtering, you make a decision that you are not allowing a certain reality into your life, and you basically create a reality filter. Reality shaping is when you focus your attention into a certain direction, and that focus accelerates manifestation in that particular timeline.
Great. Will the life forces revise the meditation instruction if the COVID-19 pandemic gets under control before April 4th?
There is absolute certainty that there will still be people which will be infected by the virus on April 4th. So regardless of the number of infected and ill people, you can use that meditation at least to improve their condition and to spread, to prevent the further spread of the virus.
Okay. If the service population reach critical mass in this meditation and cooperate with each other like never before, how will the life forces respond and create an action plan for the event?
This is still classified information. I can reply to this question after the meditation is over. And if this cooperation manifests, of course, I will release the full report about that.
Okay. Whenever we announce a major mass meditation, some people will try to hinder our activities or attack our group members with rumors and lies. What is the exact reason behind their actions?
As I have said, some of them belong to the dark networks of the cabal, some of them are entity possessed, some of them are mind controlled, and some of them are simply extremely compromised in their personality structure. It is best to remove those people from your networks.
Okay, no wonder. Okay, next. According to previous question, how will those people take responsibility for their hindering actions after the event?
Those among them who were hindering the progress of the light forces in critical moments, there will be lawsuits in front of the galactic court, and some of them will be tried. Some of them might even be arrested. Some of them will be tried for treason. Some of them will have to go towards in front of the reconciliation committee. They will have to answer for their actions.
Okay. We have a list of recommended items on April 4th. Please say yes if you think it is good to put it on our altar during mass meditation. First is a blast silver bolt on silver trigger activation.
Yes, continue.
Okay. Second is a taconized Saint Germain silver coin. The third is taconized Saint Germain portrait. The fourth is taconized amethyst. The fifth is, do you recommend other items or minerals?
Before all, I recommend syntactized stones. And of course, all the items you have mentioned are recommended.
Okay, great. 8 cinnamon stone, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, good. And now is the third part, Patrick, is your time?
Okay, thank you. The third part, the theme of the part 3 is prepare for change. So the first question is, what does blue dawn mean?
Blue dawn is a coded word that means the dawning of the age of Aquarius. It is the blue energy, is the energy of the galactic central sun, which is being activated. And this energy, when activated, will completely transform the surface of the planet. And as you are experiencing already, it is doing that already. Because this changes society. Although the dark forces have reduced the virus, the light forces and the intelligence and the consciousness of the galactic central sun is using that opportunity to completely transform the human society. And the change is irreversible. It cannot be reversed anymore.
Oh, that's good. Okay, the next question. Many people feel that the current life on Earth is similar to what is written in the book of Revelation of St. John. What kind of document is of the Revelation of St. John in an eyes with light forces and dark forces, respectively?
Revelation, book of Revelation of St. John, actually that being, which is not called St. John, had a vision in which he was given parts of the plan, of the liberation plan, which included mass landings of motherships. It included big war, a great war for liberation before that happens. It included purification of the dark forces. It included biochips, vaccinations. He has seen all those things. And this prophecy is very popular because people feel there is something behind it. And the dark forces were trying to misuse that prophecy to create fear and spread fear, and they were not exactly very successful.
Oh, okay. Okay, the next question. Some people have more money for event preparation. What precious metal would you recommend them to buy? Gold or silver?
Gold and silver.
Both, okay. If people have enough money to buy gold and silver, how many ounces at least should they buy in order to prepare for the event?
Okay, they need to have enough of this to get them to somewhere between 2 weeks to a month of changes. So whatever amount of money you spend in 2 to 4 weeks of time, this is the amount of money that you need to have stored in gold and silver if you have enough money. And you also need to have the same amount in cash. That's a recommendation for those who have enough money.
Okay, very good. In the Silver Trader interview with us, you mentioned that buying silver with bridge screen portrait 1111 can actually free those coins from her control. If we want to buy silver or gold with her portrait in order to prepare for change, how can we remove the energetic connection and declare those gold and silver under our ownership?
You simply purify them with a violet flame and then do a decree in which you declare those coins to be completely free from any dark influences.
Oh, very good. Okay, the next question. Can life forces give some instructions on how to run a prepare for change group? Some people said that their local groups do not even have any idea for Ascension Thailand or meditation. I hope the life force can teach the group management and communication skills in addition to promoting meditations.
Basically, the Prepare for Change organization will need to be structured so there is a line communication established with the main Prepare for Change group, and also all the Prepare for Change groups need to have access to my blog where I'm updating situations as they develop.
Okay. What should a sisterhood of rose groups do in the bubble elevation phase? Do the life force have any new instruction?
They would need to continue with the instructions they have been receiving in the last few years. It is important for people in Sisterhood of the Rose groups to anchor pure goddess energy as much as possible, and that means also doing self-healing work, working on themselves, removing their belief systems, patterns, blockages, clearing their implants, anchoring goddess energy, and I have given all those meditations which Sisterhood of the Rose groups can do, and they can of course listen to their own guidance as well.
Okay, thank you. So now we are coming to our final questions. Although we are already living in a bubble elevation phase, we can hardly feel a heaven of pure light in the current physical world. Instead, we can often see madness and anxiety of surface population in face of a crumbling society. How can we manifest and feel bubbles of heaven in our daily life?
People who are in lockdown areas, especially in Europe and other areas, if they go alone in nature, they will feel extremely pure energy of pure light coming very strongly in this bubble elevation phase. Of course, people who are in densely populated areas with high human concentrations might have difficulty feeling this because there are still entities and emotions and energy fields of people around them which are now in a state of panic, chaos, and excitement. But I have received reports from people from Wuhan through certain channels that in Wuhan, people were able to feel the calm and peace and stillness amidst all the chaos. And this is exactly the manifestation of those bubbles of heaven, those new energies coming in the middle of the center of the outbreak.
Wow, that's nice. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. I would suggest everybody to join us in our meditation and victory of the light.
Victory of the light.
Victory of light. Thank you, Kebra.